It's amazing how much moss you can get growing on trees when there's enough humidity and average rainfall in the area. I mean, here is a really thick, like shaggy moss just all growing right up the tree. If you look right up high into the branches, you can see there's so much of it. It's even covering up the stems of ivy, and all you can see is just the leaves of ivy sticking out, and you can't actually see the stems. And it's really spongy and soft to sit on. If I can get up here, perhaps. Whoa. And maybe if I just sit here, it might be really comfy, possibly. I think perhaps if these branches were a little further apart, it might be better. But pretty comfy nevertheless. And you can see right up into this high canopy of this oak here. Down here, there's all sort of ferns, and even there's a little mushroom there growing. And there's quite a few little mushrooms. You often get things like pennyworts and sometimes primroses growing in this moss. The moss is so thick, and there's enough kind of organic material there for certain types of plants to grow. So that's kind of nice. Of course, if it was the tropics, you'd have kind of epiphytes, orchids and things growing in the trees and bromeliads. But here, we've got pennyworts and primroses and the odd mushroom. That's pretty nice. And this tree here has at some time been coppiced and cut back to a certain height. And then it's grown all these branches up for one point. So you've got a nice little crown of branches low down that it's kind of easy to get up to this bit on. And the moss, although it does soak up the water, it does dry quite quickly. So once it's not rained for a day or two, the moss just becomes really dry and like a really nice comfy place to sit. But if you sit here like after rain, when everything else is dried, it's usually still like wet for a couple of days then. But right now it's just very, very soft and comfortable, because like bark is quite hard, you know, and this just makes it really nice and soft. So how did I get up here? Try and work out how to get down. Then here, whoa!